Yeah,
And we are live on YouTube.
We're good to go?
We are.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thanks, everyone, for hanging around for the Human Service Committee meeting. I'd like to call that meeting to order. First, we'll hear from Countryside Adult Home. I see that Amy is joining us virtually.
Then we need to approve the minutes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes from the last month's meeting?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Fraser and Mr. McGowan, thank you very much. So what we'll do is we'll do Countryside first, and then we'll do Department of Social Services after that. Amy is joining us virtually. I will ask her to address her one agenda item and any other discussion items that she may have, including.
Do we have an agenda for her? No.
All I got was the. Oh, I didn't.
That was, I don't know, it was distributed, but it was sent out by Sarah this past week.
We don't print agendas anymore for the departments. They're in charge of providing their own
Okay, so,
agendas for
yeah.
committee meetings.
Okay, so,
We'll wing it.
Yeah, we'll pull it up online.
okay. So those who you are able to pull that up, if not, I'll give the floor to Amy. Amy, you with us?
Oh, thanks.
I saw her earlier.
Her name is.
Okay, yeah, she's there.
Oh, yeah, the name.
I think she's just joining us now. Good afternoon, Amy. If we're having some technical difficulties, I'll ask Amy to wait till we go through the social services one. So, Commissioner Hanchett, do you want to address the floor? He's got some personnel requests and a couple of other comments, and then we'll hear from Julia Montero with the fiscal report. So go ahead, Chris.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I'd like to apologize for not having agendas for Countryside. I didn't realize that those were not here, and she's going to appear virtually today. So if this does happen again, I'll make sure that I bring copies over of the Countryside agenda as well. So my apologies for that. Also, Julie could not be with us today. There is a fiscal printout at the end, though, with the usual data that she provides when she comes in. She had to leave early today from work, so she will not be present today. If there's any questions on that that I can't answer, feel free to shoot us an email and we'll get back to anyone who might have questions. Going into my action items, the first item is a personnel request. It's a request to create a position of caseworker full-time, which is a grade 16 base salary of $45,831. This is a position to serve in a rotating capacity, and we're deleting the position of caseworker part-time in order to do this. We're also asking for a notice of intent to fill that newly created position of caseworker full-time temp. That position would be one that fiscally over the course of the year would probably be about a part-time to three-quarter time cost, and of course 75% reimbursement. The reason why we want this position is because we want to better anticipate the needs of the department, especially in our child services unit, which has a high turnover of caseworkers. These caseworkers take about 6 months of training before they can start working a caseload, and about a full year before they can actually begin to work on their own. With that said, we have about 3 openings coming up in 2022 that we're anticipating. We want to be able to hire people to get trained so that they can slide into those open slots before they become empty for months on end. As you know, we have a lot of turnover with caseworkers, and the the next three items that I'm asking for are intents to fill for caseworkers. Are there any questions on that position?
Do I have a motion to bring that to the floor, please?
I'll make the motion.
Supervisor Frazier, Supervisor McGowan, thank you. Why don't we take the first position that Chris has discussed? Any discussion or questions on that position? Supervisor McGowan?
Yeah, yes, thank you, Chairperson, Chairman. Hey, Chris, reading in that and following it through, that really sounds like a good idea. And then you always have someone there that can jump back and forth. So I just want to compliment you that, it's a shame that, especially in the child protection services, you have such a high turnover. But no, thank you. I like that caseworker full-time position where they can jump back and forth. So.
Yeah, thank
Any
you.
other questions or comment? Go ahead, Chris.
We're trying to, think of ways that we can ease the transition. I mean, it would be helpful overall, especially being able to support our workers with the fact that there are people in the pipeline to take these positions, because what happens is when we have open positions, people are in training for months. Other caseworkers have to pick up the extra work. So one of the things that we're trying to do is figure out a way to improve the process, in a way that's going to meet the needs of the department and also be supportive of the people in the various respective units that are losing people here and there. As I mentioned, the next three positions that I'm asking to fill are caseworker positions, and we just had a resignation this morning, so we added that one at the last minute.
Yes.
So you had three child protectors. So one with a resignation, and then you feel that, and you're already down to.
Yes. So
So my question is, what is the general census on their exiting? Why are they leaving us?
the general reason is salary, better opportunities. There's also a lot of stress. So sometimes people will come on board and they'll work in child services for a while. And when they realize some of the issues that they have to deal with on a regular basis, working in that unit, and the volume of work, that it's just not for them. It's very stressful. There's a lot of vicarious trauma that they have to deal with. We've had a lot of really bad cases lately. The person who resigned today did not resign for that reason, though. She resigned because she had a better opportunity in a school system. So that was, that's something that you can never really get around. If someone has a better opportunity, that, they'll take it no matter where they work.
Thank you.
Yep.
Anyone else? Let me call the question for the first position. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? So moved. With the permission of the rest of my colleagues, could we address the next three positions, which are all child protective service unit positions, caseworker 23, caseworker 19, and caseworker 31 collectively?
I'll make that motion.
Supervisor Frazier.
I'll second it.
Mr. McGowan, thank you. Any questions or concerns, comments for Chris? I'll call the question then. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? So moved. Thank you. Moving on to the Commissioner's report and activities update. I send out to all of the members of the committee generally a week or at least prior to this meeting. Any other questions that people have for Chris? Would you like to to take a stab at the finance report, or do people have questions about the finance report that you've had a chance to read, or Chris has offered to get in touch with him or Julie Montero at your convenience later this week.
It's a good idea.
There being no one speaking up, are there any other referrals or pending items, Chris, that are not included?
No,
on
there
here?
are not.
Okay,
I think that's it.
okay. Then we'll move on to Countryside Adult Home Agenda. Amy, are you with us?
Mr.
Dennis,
Chairman.
we're about to start.
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
would you like me to present this agenda?
yes, yeah, please, yeah.
Fairly
yeah,
simple.
Yeah,
The first item is a notice of intent to fill a part-time institutional aide number 3 due to a resignation and to backfill any other positions caused by the lateral movement. This is a mandated position and it's 50% reimbursable.
I'll make a motion.
Second motion.
okay, thank you, thank you. Any questions for the administrator? Okay, I'll call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Any other privilege of the floor from,
Mr. Chair, just
Yeah.
two quick informational items.
Okay.
Year-to-date overtime in
All right.
Countryside is 830 hours as opposed to 784 last year at this time of year. And the census update, we began the month with 34 and we ended the month of July with 32.
and again, those reports are included in with the monthly report. And again, I apologize for not working that out with Mr. Hanchett. That won't happen again. A motion to adjourn the Human Service Committee meeting. Mr. McGowan,
Second.
Mr. Frazier, thank you. We're so adjourned.
You got to call the vote.
Oh, I'm sorry. All in favor?
I.
Aye.
Okay, any opposed? Please say no.